Welcome. Please be seated. Thank you so much. Distinguished guests, Your Excellency Secretary General, graduates, ladies and gentlemen, we are greatly honored to have you here with us today on the occasion of this graduation ceremony of the IMO International Maritime Law Institute. I wish to invite the Institute's director, Professor Dr. Norman Martinez Gutierrez, to deliver the welcoming address. Professor Martinez.
Your Excellency, IMO Secretary General, Director of the IMO Technical Cooperation and Implementation Division of IMO, Permanent Secretary for the Ministry for Transport, Infrastructure, Public Works, President of the Comité Maritime International, President of World Maritime University, Excellencies, graduates, distinguished guests. It is an honor for me to welcome you to IMLI's 35th graduation ceremony, which marks the culmination of a series of events organized throughout the year to mark the IMLI's 35th anniversary, and which, more importantly, celebrates the achievements of the class of 2024. I am privileged to welcome His Excellency, Mr. Arsenio Dominguez, IMO Secretary General and Chairman of the IMLI Governing Board, who, despite his heavy commitments, has graciously agreed to be with us today and to preside over this ceremony. Secretary General, I would like, on behalf of the IMLI staff and students, to take this opportunity to convey our deepest appreciation for the great interest that you have taken on our work and welfare since you took office in January of this year. I look forward to working with you to strengthen the relations with IMO and to contribute to the realization of the organization's goals. I also express my sincere appreciation to Mr. Godwin Missoud, Permanent Secretary, Minister for Transport, Infrastructure and Capital and Public Works, whose presence today reflects the continuing commitment which the Government of Malta has extended to IMLI since its inception. I also wish to thank Dr. Anne Fenech, President of CMI, who I know had a family engagement today, but stayed back so that she could be with us today. IMLI really values your support and that we receive from CMI. I also would like to recognize the presence of Professor Max Mejia, President of World Maritime University, with whom we share the same views and pursue the same objective: enhanced collaboration and partnership between IMO's sister training institutions. We are also honored to welcome distinguished supporters of IMLI who had flown to Malta, even if it's to be with us a few hours on this very important day. Distinguished guests, this has been a remarkable year, a year of many firsts and several milestones. Today, we have come together to bid farewell to IMLI's 35th class, the largest class in IMLI's history. They joined the Institute in October, the first class to attend classes in a new state-of-the-art auditorium, courtesy of the Government of Malta, the first class to attend the meeting of the IMO Legal Committee, since the field trip was organized for the first time during the academic year, the class that attended the first ever international conference organized by the Institute, and the first time we are holding the graduation ceremony in this magnificent hall, and holding you all hostages on a Saturday evening and in a public holiday. Your presence thus today, distinguished guests, shows your commitment to the Institute's mission. And yet, all of these firsts benefit from the wealth of experience the Institute has gained over the past 35 years. In fact, to honor this, today, during the reception, we have organized an exhibition that showcases roll-up banners of all the academic years, so you can have a walkthrough through the Institute's history. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned, this is also a year of anniversaries. IMLI celebrated this year 35 years in the service of the rule of international maritime law. I am proud to stand in front of you and record that since its modest beginnings, IMLI has become the world center of excellence where maritime professionals are trained in the full spectrum of international maritime law to serve their countries, the maritime industry, and the international maritime community at large in the incorporation and effective implementation of international conventions, particularly those adopted through the IMO. The successful delivery of the Institute's mission is best reflected on the work of its graduates, who I am proud to note hold the highest positions in their respective countries. And I am always delighted to see the increasing number of graduates who are representing their countries at IMO. Since 1989, over 1,110 graduates have been passing through the portals of the Institute, coming from over 150 states. These graduates, after pursuing studies at IMLI, have demonstrated the capacity to think independently, to intellectually challenge the status quo for the benefit of all, and due to the family environment of the Institute, they enhance qualities of character which include tolerance, compassion, and empathy. I am pleased to announce that this path to success will continue in the coming year, as the Institute has received a large number of government-nominated applications for its master's programs. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to share with you that the Institute's contribution to the international maritime community continues to be recognized by the United Nations General Assembly through its annual resolution on oceans and the law of the sea. I am also proud to record that similar recognition has been received from numerous IMO bodies and other international organizations. Notwithstanding this, the Institute is further strengthening its efforts to consolidate its academic reputation through the promotion of research, publications, and international seminars. IMLI has also renewed its commitment to contribute actively and directly to the delivery of the ITCRP activities through thematic capacity-building initiatives which raise awareness and disseminate knowledge and expertise in pressing areas of the organization. In fact, for the first time ever, IMLI will award a research degree fellowship for a deserving candidate to carry out research in the topic of the legal framework for liability in the context of maritime autonomous surface ships, MAS. I am also pleased to record that the Institute's latest publication, a book entitled Legal Aspects of Marine Protected Areas in the Mediterranean Sea, an Adriatic and Ionian Perspective, written by Mitya Gerbets, Tullio Scovazzi, and Ilaria Tani, was published by Routledge on 11 September 2023 under the book series IMLI Studies in International Maritime Law. Allow me also to inform you that IMLI expanded further its global outreach, especially through the delivery of its hybrid specialized courses, in which, despite its limited resources, the Institute awards one free seat to every IMO member state. And moreover, to further meet the needs of IMO member states, this year the Institute delivered the first ever in situ course in Ethiopia. Ladies and gentlemen, a graduation ceremony like the one today is an occasion for celebration, but above all, it's about gratitude. Allow me first to pay tribute to all those who were involved in the setting up of the Institute in Malta. We are extremely grateful to them for their foresight and hard work, as this constituted the cornerstone upon which the Institute was built. We are also grateful to all the eminent scholars and practitioners from prestigious institutions around the world who over the past 35 years have formed part of the Institute's Distinguished Visiting Fellows program. Sadly, throughout the years we have lost some of our strongest supporters. And this year, I wish to pay tribute to Mr. Archbishop, a great friend of IMLI since its early years. He was a regular visiting fellow, delivering each year the famous seminars on the law of salvage, and acted as an external examiner for many years. I am proud to say that I was his student, his colleague, but above all, his friend. He will be sorely missed. I also wish to pay tribute to many IMLI graduates who have left us too early. I will always cherish the moments I shared with them and will remember fondly their time spent at IMLI. Ladies and gentlemen, the Institute's success is also the result of the institutional links that it maintains with many organizations. I wish to refer in particular to the institutional linkage with IMO, which provides it with substantial support. My sincere appreciation goes to the Director of IMO Technical Cooperation and Implementation Division, who, through the Integrated Technical Cooperation Program, has enabled over the years access to quality training to over 200 government-nominated candidates who are now proudly serving their countries. Thanks to the assistance of the Director, Mr. George Matecal, who is here with us today, the Institute welcomed this year numerous officials, including IMO Division's directors, who deliver lectures within the extensive program on IMO's operational aspects, thereby giving our students a unique insight into the extensive work of the organization. None of the Institute's achievements would be possible without the support of our other generous donors. We thus express our gratitude to the Government of Malta, which has hosted the Institute since its inception and continues to support its academic activities, including the refurbishment of a state-of-the-art auditorium, which students have thoroughly enjoyed this year. We are grateful also for the unwavering support of the Nippon Foundation, which over the past 20 years has produced a unique network of maritime professionals. Every year, the Foundation provides 15 fellowships in the Institute's master's programs and sponsors 4 teaching posts at the Institute. We are also proud of our relationship with the Lloyd's Register Foundation, which has, over the years, assisted IMLI through the funding of candidates and has just awarded the Institute a grant of over £1 million to enhance its capacity building worldwide. I would also like to recognize the long-standing invaluable support of the ITF Seafarers Trust. I am pleased to inform you that the Trust has renewed its commitment to the Institute through a new grant for 25 fellowships over the next 5 years. My sincere appreciation is also extended to the International Group of P&I Clubs and the International Chamber of Shipping, as well as the governments of Ghana, Malaysia, Nigeria, the Republic of Korea, and Saudi Arabia for their generous funding, which enabled the studies of some excellent government officers. A debt of gratitude is owed to the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, which has designated IMLI as its training partner and which organizes on a yearly basis courses on international fisheries law, thereby allowing the Institute to contribute to the fight against illegal, unreported, and unregulated fishing. I convey my thanks to the European Maritime Safety Agency for awarding IMLI a contract for services in the amount of €600,000, which will serve to sponsor candidates from designated countries in the Institute's master and research degree programs. The first beneficiary is graduating today. As you can see, we are certainly in a period of change. But one thing that we do not wish to lose in this period of change is the Institute's biggest asset, trust. We certainly do not wish to lose the trust that the donors had placed on the Institute, but above all, the trust that we have in each other, being part of IMLI's amazing team. In this respect, I wish to recognize the IMLI staff, past and present, IMLI's past directors, and our governing bodies, who constantly guide our work. In particular, I would like to express my appreciation for the sterling work of the Institute's resident faculty, in the persons of Judge Professor David Attard, Professor Malgosia Fitzmaurice, Ms. Elda Casarabelia, Dr. Murat Sumer, Dr. Sanjit Ruhal, Ms. Ramat Jallo, and Dr. Rafael Prado, as well as to all the members of the administrative staff for their unwavering support, and who, having a common vision, really believe not only in what we do, but most importantly, on why we do it. Allow me, however, to reserve my concluding remarks for today's graduates, who, after all, are the reason we are here today. Dear graduates, as I look at you today, I am reminded of your motivation, determination, and dedication. Your hard work has borne fruit, as today we are celebrating individuals who during this past academic year have grown and have transformed themselves into maritime experts who will no doubt become the maritime leaders of tomorrow. Over this last academic year, from a group of strangers, you became a family. And together, you face the challenges of what is perhaps the most rigorous program in international maritime law in the world. In fact, if in this joyous occasion, you are wondering what is more important, whether the journey or the destination, you may perhaps be over forgetting the most important of all, which is the company. You have forged bonds of friendship that in today's interconnected world, the distance cannot break. Dear graduates, your participation in the IMLI programs is an opportunity granted to a few well-chosen professionals. And you have proven that our donors made the right choice with each and every one of you. You have become exceptional representatives of the Institute, and I have no doubt that you will continue to serve as worthy ambassadors of the Institute by building upon our reputation for excellence. During this academic year, you acquired a substantial amount of knowledge in the whole spectrum of international maritime law. What happens from today on is entirely in your hands. My request to you all is build a maritime law cathedral. Let me explain. Once I read a story of two builders who were working on a cathedral. Somebody asked the first, "Do you like your job?" And he replied, "I have been building this wall for as long as I can remember. The work is monotonous. I work in the scorching hot sun all day. The stones are very heavy, and lifting them day after day can be backbreaking. I'm not even sure if this project will be completed within my lifetime. But it's a job, pays the bills." They thank him for his time. And they asked the second builder, "Do you like your job?" Immediately he said, "I love my job. I am building a cathedral." "Sure," he said, I'm working on this wall as far as I can remember. I work in the scorching sun all day. The stones are heavy, and lifting them day after day can be backbreaking. And I'm not even sure if this project will be completed within my lifetime. But I am building a cathedral," he said. The work of the two builders is exactly the same, but one has a sense of purpose. When he comes to work, he feels he's a part of something bigger than himself, bigger than the work that he's doing. He understands that he is an integral part of the whole project. He doesn't feel more or less important than the artists carving the statues that would adorn the cathedral, than the craftsmen who are crafting the carved doors, or even the architect himself. They are all working together to build a cathedral. Maritime law is an ever-evolving industry, and so is its regulation. The needs of your country may certainly outlive your involvement. At some point in time, you may feel that the work is monotonous, or that you're facing too big a task. But always remember that you are a part of something much bigger than yourselves. Moreover, if you have a sense of purpose, if you love what you do, not only will you become more productive, but you may even inspire others to be able to follow you. And together, you will build the most beautiful maritime law cathedral for your respective countries. I congratulate all of you, and I wish you all the possible success in your respective professional careers. Remember, always pursue what is in your heart, and the universe will conspire to support you. Please enjoy the day and savor your success. You have really worked hard to achieve it, and you certainly deserve it. We are very proud of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Martinez. Apologies if the fan arrived a bit late. I have the honor to invite Mr. Arsenio Dominguez, IMO Secretary General and Chairman of IMLI's Governing Board, to deliver the graduation address.
Good afternoon. Director, thank you for those opening remarks. President of CMI, Permanent Secretary from the Ministry of Transport. Thank you for being here and for representing the government of Malta, who continues to provide incredible support to the Institute, and we look forward to strengthening our engagements with you. President of the World Maritime University, suppose this is the rehearsal for me. This is my first graduation as Secretary General, my first one with IMLI, so this is quite a special one. So I'll get back to you two all. And it's good to see the former director, Professor Attar, continuing to support the university. Distinguished guests, I can see you all fanning a little bit over there. The fan is not helping that much, so I'm not having an advantage in this situation. Let me start with appreciating first those who have made possible that we have 69 graduates today for the class of 2024. The donors, I'm not going to list them. The director already has done that job for me. The government of Malta, just to reiterate the great support, otherwise the Institute will not be reaching the height that it's doing right now. The staff of the Institute as well, from the director to every single one of you who welcome year in and year out these incredible professionals to make them even better, to enrich their experience in their professional lives. And everybody that I've met in my 2 visits this year to the Institute, and I work behind the scenes, the people that we don't normally see out there making possible that the Institute continues to increase in its achievements. But today, of course, it's all about all of you here. And it's a real honor and a real pleasure to actually address you directly. So if you forgive me, I'm speaking to the ones that own the day, and it's the students, the graduates of the class of 2024. You came here already professionals. You spend time away from your friends and family, but you made new friends. You made connections. You enrich your cultural awareness, and you got in touch a lot closer with the maritime sector from the law side, but it's a very important one that sometimes can be overseen. And I'm telling you that now because when I started my career at IMO, I have a technical background. And for a few years being a delegate, a few of my colleagues came to me and asked me if I was a lawyer because of the way that I used to speak and make interventions. And that made me realize that probably I needed to study law. I didn't have the opportunity back then to come to IMLI. Side comment, the government of Panama will not allow me to leave the job in London and come over here unless I find a replacement for myself, which I didn't want to do. But I took a course on international law and European politics, and I realized how beautiful this career is, this area of work is. My favorite subject was case law. Don't ask me why. I'll tell you later during the reception. But it really expanded my horizons and my perceptions of the work that we do at the organization, how we need to learn to mix the legal aspects of technical legislations and how they then need to be interpreted and applied for everyone else to understand the benefits that we are introducing as part of the main objectives when we all decide at an international level to introduce new conventions. You're taking an additional step to the future. You will go back home. You will enrich the colleagues that work with you. One thing that I will ask you to do is be bold. Don't let anyone doubt your knowledge, your expertise, and your potential. Take the opportunities that come with it. Sometimes you will find challenges in life, find the ways to overcome them, and more importantly, learn from them, because they're always going to make you better. Things are not always plain sailing, but that doesn't mean that it's going to be like that all the time. But you now have an advantage over others, and it's you have a support team around you. Those friendships that you have made throughout this year, the Institute, the people that have guided you here as well, you can always contact them. You can always contact us at IMO. and we will be always able and happy to lend you a hand and provide you some more assistance if required. And this is something that we've been doing with the IMO Gender Program at IMO. Diversity and inclusion is really important, and it's something that I want to enhance further in the maritime sector, not just at the organization, at IMO, but in a broader spectrum. I don't believe that because shipping has traditionally been a male-dominated sector that it cannot change, and I'm all about change. And through that program, I had a great opportunity to actually learn even more about your life here, your life outside IMLI, and what your expectations are. And use that opportunity as well to promote what IMLI is doing, an institute that focuses on gender parity with all the students as well as the staff. In fact, if I remember correctly, the staff of the institute is 64% women, which is something to applaud, because not every single organization around the world has been able to achieve that in such a short period of time. At the same time, being away from home is a blessing. I'm telling you now because it's what made me who I am right now. It just strengthened you in order not just to face the challenges, but to actually enjoy the new experiences. So when you leave this hall, when you take your degree, just take it at the next step. And then just be sure that everything that you're trying to achieve, there are opportunities. We have graduates from IMLI that are now directors at the organization. In fact, 2 of them are ex-graduates from IMLI. As the director mentioned, we have several delegates that have actually come through, staff from the organization, and those that actually moved to other parts. Because you now have the opportunity to move beyond the national organizations. Shipping, it's a lot about the seafarers, and I will continue to support them. But the maritime domain is huge. The moment that you start looking into everything that we transport and all the connectivity that exists with even all the modes of transport as well as other sectors, you will see the potentials that are there. So always use that. Don't feel that you are confined into one specific area. And if you can continue to study and gain additional experience and expertise, do so. But the best thing is always to enjoy what you do. Just make the most of it. Life is too short to bog down in all the problems that are around us, and it's a time to actually enjoy everything that you do. So my big congratulations to all of you. Hope this experience has been very enriching for you, and I look forward to actually seeing you in the future, probably in your home countries, at IMO, back at IMLI, or anywhere in the world that this amazing industry continues to bring us to each other. So congratulations, well done, and stay in touch with all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary General. I have the pleasure to invite Ms. Patience Eladiaba, graduate from Ghana, to deliver the valedictory address on behalf of the IMLI class of 2024. Ms. Diaba.
Your Excellency, Secretary General of the IMO, Your Excellencies and Honorable Ministers of State herein gathered, Director of IMO International Maritime Institute, the President, World Maritime University, distinguished lecturers, staff of IMLI, distinguished guests, our dear families and friends, fellow graduates. Thank you. Greetings to you all and a very good evening. It is with immense pride and gratitude that I stand before you today to give the valedictory speech on behalf of the 35th graduating class of the IMO International Maritime Law Institute. Our graduating class is a diverse group of 69 students from 38 different countries, receiving degrees and advanced diplomas in international maritime law. This day marks the culmination of months of hard work and perseverance, made possible by the unwavering support of many of you gathered here today. First and foremost, we would like to express our gratitude to the Almighty God for guiding and sustaining us throughout this journey. We would also like to acknowledge with sincere and heartfelt gratitude to our host country, Malta, which has not only provided a beautiful and historically rich backdrop for our studies, but also welcomed us with open arms. The warmth, hospitality, support from the local community made our time here truly special. Malta's commitment to maritime excellence and education has significantly contributed to our growth and learning. We're deeply appreciative of the role Malta has played in our journey, making it a second home to us during these few months of transformation. I vividly remember one particular evening when one of my colleagues, now my best friend, and I decided to explore the stunning coastal town of Masalok. As we walked along the harbor, watching the traditionally colorful fishing boats bumping gently on the water, we were struck by the serenity and beauty of the scene. We chatted with the local fishermen who shared stories of their life at sea and offered us freshly caught fish. It was at that moment, surrounded by the rich culture and history of Malta, that I realized how much this island had become a part of us. It was not just a place where we studied. It was a place where we formed lifelong memories and connections. Grazie Hafna, I hope I've mentioned it correctly, is to say thank you in Maltese to all our Maltese friends here with us today. I would like to extend our deepest appreciation to His Excellency, the Secretary General of International Maritime Organization, who happens also to be my mentor, and has honored us with his presence today. Your guidance and support has been instrumental in our journey, and we are privileged to share this occasion with you. Your Excellency, your leadership and unwavering commitment to promoting safe, secure, and sustainable shipping, mostly for your staunch support to women in maritime, has been an inspiration to all of us. To the Director of IMO, Prof. Norma Martinez, your vision and dedication have created an environment where we have thrived and grown both academically and personally. Your efforts in fostering global community of maritime law professionals is truly commendable. You have not only led us with wisdom, but also with a passion that has motivated us to strive for excellence. To our esteemed academic staff, Prof. Attard, Prof. Fitzmaurice, Dr. Jimenez, Dr. Ruad, Ms. Jallo, Ms. Belia, Dr. Prado, your dedication, expert knowledge, and mentorship have been the foundation of our success. You have challenged us to think critically, act ethically, and to strive for excellence. You have not only imparted knowledge, but also inspired us to be leaders in the maritime, technical, and legal fields. For this, we are deeply grateful. To the administrative staff, your hard work and dedication behind the scenes have been invaluable. Your ample efforts have ensured smooth and supportive environment for our studies. And you have made our journey here comfortable. For that, we extend our heartfelt gratitude. And to our families and loved ones, your endless support, sacrifices, and encouragement have been our anchor through the challenging seas of academic life. Your belief in our potential has driven us to reach this milestone, and today we share this achievement with you. And to my fellow graduates, Congratulations. Our journey here began, and it seems like just a few months ago, with a shared passion for knowledge that governs the use of our oceans. Today, we celebrate the culmination of our hard work and the beginning of a new chapter in our lives. Our voyage has been marked with countless hours of study, lively debates, and the forging of lifelong friendships. Together, we have navigated the complexities of international maritime law. Despite the stormy waves and strong winds, we have arrived at a place we can call a safe port because of the stability and buoyancy of our double hull ship, MV Imley 2023-2024. Our diverse perspectives have enriched our collective understanding. Personally, my time here has ignited a passion for upholding the rule of law in general and international maritime law in particular. I'm eager to pursue this path further. I'm grateful for the foundation Imley has given me. Reflecting on this past year, it has been my honor to serve as the class representative for the 2023-2024 academic year. The role presented its fair challenges, but it was an incredibly rewarding experience. Leading such diverse and talented group has taught me invaluable lessons in collaboration, resilience, and leadership. I'm grateful for the trust you placed in me and for the opportunity to advocate for our class. As we prepare to embark on our respective paths, let us remember the lessons we have learned from Imley. We have been equipped with knowledge and skills to address the pressing challenges facing the maritime world, whether regarding marine environmental protection, maritime safety and security, or maritime dispute resolution. Our responsibility now is to apply these principles with integrity and determination to protect the rule of law. The maritime industry is at a critical juncture. Climate change, technological advancement, and evolving geopolitical landscapes demand innovative and resilient solutions. As graduates of Imley, we are uniquely positioned to lead these efforts, particularly in the maritime regulatory space. Let us commit to uphold the values of justice, sustainability, and cooperation. Let us be the champions of positive change, advocating for policies that protect our oceans and ensure the fair treatment of all who depend on them. In closing, I'd like to share a quote from the renowned marine biologist Sylvia Eyre, and I quote, "If the sea is sick, we will fill it. If it dies, we die. Our future and the state of the oceans are one." As we leave this esteemed institution, may we carry with us a deep sense of responsibility and stewardship for the maritime world. May we always strive to be the leaders and custodians our planet needs. Thank you. Congratulations once again, and may fair winds following seas guide us all in our future endeavors. And let me say one more time, long live, long live. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Ms. Diaba. I would like to invite the director of the Institute, Professor Norman Martinez, to guide the graduates through the solemn oath of allegiance to the IMO, International Maritime Law Institute. Professor Martinez.
Graduates, I invite you to please stand up, raise your right hand, and take the solemn oath of allegiance to the IMO International Maritime Law Institute. Please repeat after me. I solemnly accept the academic title being conferred upon me. I promise to serve the rule of international maritime law to the best of my ability. displaying the highest standards of integrity at all times, and in a responsible manner for the common good, in accordance with the rules of international law and of my country. Acknowledging that I am a graduate of the IMO International Maritime Law Institute, I hereby pledge myself steadfastly to abide by its laws and regulations. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Director. Please do not leave the stage, if I may invite you. And I have also the pleasure to invite the IMO Secretary General on the stage. Now it is the moment that we share the degrees. Please. Sir. Director, sir, I have the honor to present you the members of the IMLI class of 2024. The members of the IMLI class of 2024 who have been awarded an advanced diploma in international maritime law are: in absentia, he is serving his country on a mission, Lieutenant Jimmy Gallia from Malta. Jimmy will complete his mission this month. Then, Captain Maria Gutiza from Malta. Captain Mario Malia from Malta. Mr. Ocheleka Ogbue Emmanuel from Nigeria. Miss Omolara Olasubomi Olatunbosun from Nigeria. Miss Patricia Soraya Soltani from Switzerland. Mr. Ifeanyi Peter Ujubuonu from Nigeria. the members of the IMLI class of 2024 who have been awarded the degree of Master of Humanities in International Maritime Legislation are Mr. Galal Ali Mohammed Alawi from Yemen. Major Mustafa Salih Al-Juani from Saudi Arabia. Mr. Karam Bassem Ibrahim Al-Khaldi from the State of Palestine. Commander Azam Abdullah Al-Sabt from Saudi Arabia. Mr. Ahmed Ali Mohammed Ali Al-Subi from Yemen. Colonel Montassar Atouani from Tunisia. Mr. Kevin Chinket Vui from Malaysia. Miss Aisha Shamira Bernadette Kupusami from Seychelles. Captain Amosa Muegafu from Tuvalu. Lieutenant Emiliano Antonio Vasquez Hernandez from Mexico. Miss Marver Bernardine Kathleen Woodley from Antigua and Barbuda. Miss Sedige Zarei from Iran. The members of the IMLI class of 2024 who have been awarded the degree of Master of Laws in International Maritime Law are Miss Emma Akware from Kenya, Mr. Benjamin Ampoma Boaten from Ghana, Mr. Junior Angabua Chuo Angabua from Cameroon, Miss Christiana Aunor Anderson from Ghana, Mr. Josh Bella from Solomon Islands, Mr. Dipendra Singh Bisen from India, Miss Sara Bonici from Malta, Miss Marina Borges Soares from Brazil. Miss Madeline Ma Adjoa Buedi from Ghana. Miss Maria Jose Casula Santelli from Honduras. Lieutenant Commander Lovely Rose Zafra Katayen from the Philippines. Mr. Adil Ismail Çelik from Turkey. Mr. Neveson Lutavic Siza from Malawi. Miss Diane Kutayar from Malta. Miss Ngolo Yaya Dabuya from Tanzania. Mr. Develgota Arachige Lakshan Pyum Ramavikrama from Sri Lanka. Miss Patience Ella Diaba from Ghana. Mr. Kelechi Thank God Ekpem from Nigeria. Mr. Nejmeldin Faisal El Batran from Egypt. Miss Mam Ndela Faye from Senegal. Miss Lores Licayo Fulgaon from the Philippines. Mr. Buen Hoti from Albania. Mr. Crispin Limbikani Kalusa from Malawi. Miss Muriel Kamwanda Mukonkole from the Democratic Republic of Congo. Mr. Vedastus Kitureti from Tanzania. Miss Hilma Dalondoka Kuduwa from Namibia. Mr. Luis Alfredo Maradiaga Caballero from Honduras. Lieutenant Maria Eugenia Montano Bermudez from Mexico. Miss Marquinha Humberto André Moraes Pinto Basto from Mozambique. Captain John Nyambe Mufaya from Namibia. Miss Diana Mikhailova from Ukraine. Miss Hélène Daniela Ngale Mbili from Cameroon. Mr. Ramadan Julius Ngogo from Tanzania. Close. Miss Rodaline Ofori Koranteng from Ghana. Mr. Juma Musa Omar from Tanzania. Mr. Mykola Panchinshin from Ukraine. Mr. Obada Arachige Sheran Madhava Pereira from Sri Lanka. Mr. Agampodi Kanishka Chamara Pereira Rajakurana from Sri Lanka. Miss Mehzabin Ramsarop from Suriname. Miss, sorry, my apology. Miss Deborah Muisi Robi from Kenya. Miss Esther Rodriguez Alvarado from Mexico. Miss Navodita Singh from India. Mr. Sean Anthony Tisa Soiza from Sri Lanka. Mr. Patrick Leroy Sweeting Jr. from the Bahamas. Miss Sydney Ciel Thompson from the Bahamas. Miss Suad Mohammed Tigo from Somalia. Mr. Anthony Cho Chue from Liberia. Commander Karina Sofia Valdivia Segura from Peru. Mr. Ante Vojkovic from Croatia. Mr. Timothy Davidson Yalbeya from Ghana. No? Secretary General, I would be honored if you could stay on stage, because we now come to the presentation of prizes. And the first prize to be awarded is the IMO Secretary General's Prize for Best Dissertation, which will be presented by Mr. Arsenio Dominguez. The IMO Secretary General's Prize for Best Dissertation has been awarded to Mr. Crispin Limbikani Kalusa from Malawi. Thank you, Mr. Dominguez, please. The second prize to be awarded is the Government of Malta Prize for the Best Maritime Legislation Drafting Project, which will be presented by Mr. Godwin Mifsud, Permanent Secretary, Ministry for Transport Infrastructure. The Government of Malta Prize, thank you, Permanent Secretary. The Government of Malta Prize for the Best Maritime Legislation Drafting Project has been awarded to Mr. Ante Vojkovic from Croatia. Thank you very much, Permanent Secretary. The next prize to be awarded is the Transport Malta Prize for Best Performance in Shipping Law that will be presented by Captain Fritz Farrugia, Chief Officer and Harbour Master, Ports and Yachting Directorate, Transport, Malta. Ready? The Transport Malta Prize for Best Performance in Shipping Law has been awarded to Lieutenant Commander Lovely Rose Katayan from the Philippines. Thank you, Captain Farrugia. I now turn to Professor David Attard Prize for Best Performance in the Law of the Sea, which will be presented by Judge Professor David Attard. The Professor David Attard Prize for Best Performance in the Law of the Sea has been awarded to, please put your camera down, Miss Sedige Zarei from Iran. Thank you, Judge Professor Attard. The next prize to be awarded is the Sasakawa Prize for the Best Performing Nippon Foundation Scholar, which will be presented by Mr. Yu Nakahiro, manager at the Nippon Foundation. Mr. Nakahiro. The Sasakawa Prize for the Best Performing Nippon Foundation Scholar has been awarded to Mr. Ramadan Julius Ngogo from Tanzania. Thank you, Mr. Nakahiro. The next prize to be awarded is Dr. Kofi Mbia's Prize for the Best Performing African Scholar, which will be presented by the IMO Secretary General, Mr. Arsenio Dominguez. Mr. Dominguez. What a double honor. Dr. Kofi Mbia's Prize for the Best Performing African Scholar has been awarded to Miss Madeline Ma Ajoa Boeti from Ghana. Thank you, Secretary General. The next prize to be awarded is the REMPEC Marine Environment Law Prize, which will be announced by Professor Dr. Norman Martinez. Okay, I will announce it. With pleasure. The REMPEC Marine Environment Law Prize has been awarded to Miss Diane Kutayar from Malta. Thank you, Director. I now turn to the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Malta Branch Prize for the best performance in maritime transport law, which will be presented by Ms. Miriam Camilleri, Chairperson of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Malta. The Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Malta Branch Prize for Best Performance in Maritime Transport Law has been awarded to Captain Amosa Moegafu from Tuvalu. Thank you, Ms. Camilleri. The next prize to be awarded is the ITF Seafarers Trust Prize on Seafarers Law, which will be presented by Professor Máximo Quibranza Mejia, President of WMU. Professor Mejia. The ITF Seafarers Trust Prize on Seafarers Law has been awarded to Mr. Obada Arachige Sharan Madhava Pereira from Sri Lanka. Thank you, Professor Mejia. And the last prize to be awarded is the CMI Prize for Best Overall Performance, which will be presented by Dr. Anne Fenech, President of CMI. Dr. Fenech? The CMI Prize for Best Overall Performance has been awarded to, are we ready? Mr. Ante Vojkovic from Croatia. What? Thank you, Dr. Fenech. I would like to take this opportunity to express, on behalf of the Institute's faculty and staff, our warmest congratulations to the graduates. I would like to invite the IMO Secretary General, Director Martinez, Director Meithkal, Dr. Fenech, Permanent Secretary, Mifsud, Professor Mejia, Professor Attard, and Mr. Tabone, together with the IMLI faculty and the 2024 graduates, to take a group photo on the stage. A reception is being offered at IMLI as soon as we finish the group photo. I would really appreciate if, as you proceed to IMLI, could be gathered outside, because a small ceremony will follow before we enjoy our reception. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to bring the academic year 2023-2024 to a close. And for one last time, long live. Thank you very much.